doing, that your messaging stays consistent. And that you've taken the opportunity within your Dancing with the Stars opportunity and other opportunities that you've had to discuss animal conservation and make sure that people know that that is at the forefront of everything that you do. How have you been able to continue to discuss that, especially now that you're a Mirrorball trophy winner?
First of all, thank you so much for saying that, because I feel like no matter what I do, whether I'm in my khaki uniform like you are right now, or if I am in the sequins of Dancing with the Stars, my heart always beats khaki. It always beats that Irwin spirit. And I never thought that I would be able to bring my message and what I stand for, which is wildlife conservation, to the world through a dancing show. But my sister was really the inspiration for me. I watched her. I still remember 11 years old. I was in the audience in that ballroom watching her just lighting it up and sharing this beautiful sense of authentic passion. And I just went, wow, one day I want to follow in those footsteps. And to have that chance was everything to me. I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd make it to the end. No way. Like, I was in absolute shock every week. My bags were packed. I was ready to go every week. And I realized not only am I representing wildlife conservation, but also I'm creating my own kind of legacy. My life has been about continuing the legacy of my mum and dad and my whole family. But through this, I got to really, I guess, tap into a more kind of vulnerable side and tell stories that were a little more challenging. But I hope I kind of got to put a little bit of positivity and passion into that ballroom.
Now, was it like a cheat code to have Bindi there cheering you on and also having won it herself?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because like her advice, she's amazing. You've talked to her. You know what she's like. She is so sweet and so kind, but then like she's got this old soul and this real wisdom about her. It's amazing. So when I first decided to do this, Dancing with the Stars went, do you want to be on this season? And I just was like, yes, let's go. And then I kind of thought, hang on a minute. I might have been a little hasty. Like, I have no idea what to do. Like, what the heck did I just sign up for? And I'm talking to Biddy. I'm like, what? I don't know how to dance. I don't know what. And she, when we found out that I'd be partnered with Whitney, she was like, listen, Whitney Carson is the greatest. You don't have to worry about the dancing thing. She'll be an amazing teacher. You got this. But the best advice that she gave to me was to just let go and lean in. Like, that was it. She said, this experience will change your life. And every time when rehearsals, after 12 hours a day and you're sore and you're just giving it everything, she just said, remember why you're here. Remember what you represent. Remember that passion you have. Remember everything that you're about. And remember that this experience is supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be a challenge. And I just went, all right, I just got to let go and lean into this absolute hurricane.
Now, there were so many emotional moments in the show. I saw them all over my TikTok feed, including the dance you dedicated. Yes, but including the dance you dedicated to your dad, where Bindi joins at the end. I can't watch this one. We were gonna queue it up for you, but I can't do it. I do.
I know.
I mean, it just hits you right in the feels. You could feel the emotion, and it was such a beautiful tribute. But I do want to ask, did you have a favorite dance that you did this season?
That is such a hard question. And that one, it's like they're all my little children. Like, I love them, everyone. I love them all. And they're all like the culmination of so many months of all of this time and energy. But, I think there's that one that I dedicated to my dad and to my sister was beautiful. And then I also did another dance. It's just the first one that springs to my mind because it felt there was like so much gravity and weight on this dance, which was a dedication that I did to my mum. it was dedication week, and they said, who do you want to dedicate a dance to? And I dedicated it to my mum, because I felt like she really is the guiding force behind everything that we do. And she's been the glue to hold us together through the most challenging times in our life, particularly when my dad passed. And we did a contemporary dance to You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins, you know, from the Tarzan soundtrack, which I cry at that song just listening to it at the best of times. But
don't we all?
Oh my gosh. But it felt like this moment to say thank you to not only my mum, but to, you know, all of the single parents of the world, all of the mums out there who I feel like don't always get that recognition and celebration that they deserve. Because I know my mum worked so hard behind the scenes to keep us together, and everything that dad was about was my mum. I mean, it was them together. It was my mum and dad creating this legacy. And then when he passed, she was the one person to pick up all the broken pieces and to say, I'm going to make sure everything that he lived for continues on. And all the while, she was just the best mum to us. And to have her in there and part of that dance, and to have a dance that was for her, that was also made by a mum, you know, Whitney, she's an amazing and powerful mum in her own right. It just felt like this incredible celebration. And it was a turning point for me, because I think it was like week 4, and it was the first dance where I was so overcome with just so much emotion that I just kind of let go of the moves and just let my body just sort of do what it felt was right. That dance was just everything to me. Because yeah, my mum's my hero, you know, she really is.
I think that your mom and dad are like the perfect display of a partnership. Yes. Because of the way that she has continued on. The tribute to your mom was beautiful, and I'm sure she loved it. Did she give you feedback?
Oh my gosh. It was really cute, because she came out at the very end of that dance, and you know, my sister was part of a dance for a little 8 count there, and she knew what it was about. She'd been on that floor so many times, but my mum was so just adamant that she got it right. And she practiced it, and it was really cute, because she was like, I don't want to mess up this dance. I feel like I don't want to be the thing that messes it up. And I'm like, Mum, you can't mess it up. You got this. And she came out, and it was just this really beautiful moment. She did a little spin. And after that, my mum and my sister and I were all in the trailer after that. And we were all just bawling, you know, because it just felt like, it was someone knocked on our door, actually, like a makeup artist or something came in and was like, oh, you're ready for, you know, the press line that we do after. And they opened the door of the trailer, and here we are just all like crying, and she just like closes the door again and walks away. We were like, oh, never mind, because it is so, you know, you've poured your heart and soul into telling a story of, like, it really was a story of grief, and the way my mum kind of pulled me out of a lot of challenging times. And I've always felt like I'd never really had an avenue to say thank you and to really express the gratitude for what she has meant to me in my life. And it felt like it was this time to finally do that. And it was actually one of the most healing moments in my entire life, because I addressed parts of my grief journey that I'd actually never really tapped into before. I get emotional just even thinking about it. Like I gotta lock in.
I'll turn it to a little more of a lighthearted topic, because Queen Emma told me I have to ask you about TikTok night salsa.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I saw that your family didn't know these moves were coming.
They didn't.
Surprise.
And there was a good reason for that, because I was like, every dance that I had done, I would like give my family a little preview. They would come to a rehearsal, or I'd show them a video. But then this one, there's a point in the dance where like I remove my shirt, and there's a lot of like, it's salsa, so it's, you know, it's a little bit spicy. And so
what a gentlemanly way of saying, I remove my shirt.
And I was like,
okay.
I was like, I can't show my family. I don't know. So I just went, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And I said to them, so this one's a little bit edgy. And they're like, oh, that's great. Go for it. But then afterwards they were like, whoa. But you know what? Life is short. You got to just embrace it. There's nothing wrong with that. It was fun. It was fun.
And you know what it does? It drives traffic to the page where you are discussing passionately animal conservation. So you nailed it.
I took my shirt off for wildlife conservation. 100%. Exactly. And, you know, it's so funny. I am a big believer in, like, for myself, I don't take myself too seriously. And I think you got to just do that. You got to just kind of send it, let go and just go for it. And it was that dance was the hardest one because Whitney, you know, the dance partner is like, okay, you have to be cool and you have to be like really edgy and like passionate. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. That's not me. So I got to find this new sort of side to myself. Cool Robert. I never knew he existed, but it was really cool. But then now I'm back in my t-shirt or my khakis covered in mud again, and I feel much more natural.
Sure. Now, as a mom of 4 little princess obsessed girls, my favorite TikTok you put out was the one of you with your niece, Grace, the real star of the family, Grace, enjoy her time on Dancing with the Stars.
She loved it. You know what? That is the correct way to refer to Grace. She is the one. She is the star of the Irwin family, and she is just the best. And I got to tell you that day, it was Halloween, and we were all going trick-or-treating, and I knew that she had dressed up as Cinderella. And so I talked to the Dancing with the Stars wardrobe team because they just had Disney night, right? And I said to them, can you get me or make me a Prince Charming outfit? And they did. Credit to them. They did. And I was like, yes. And so my sister talked it up to Grace. She's like, you know, Prince Charming might come over. And I remember I walked through the door in the full costume. There she is in her Cinderella costume. And it's the first time ever I've seen her go all shy. She was just like completely shy. She was like, what? And she says to me, she's like, oh my gosh, Uncle Robert, you're Prince Charming. She was like, you've been Prince Charming this whole time? And it was the cutest thing. And she's like, wait, it's been you the whole time? That's crazy. And I'm like, yep. And we went trick-or-treating, and it was very cute because, you know, some of the houses were a little bit scary. Some of the decorations were a little scary. So she would send Prince Charming in first to knock on the door, make sure the coast is clear, and then Cinderella would come up and get her chocolates and candy and that. And oh man, we had the best time. But it was crazy being in that Dancing with the Stars experience. And because she came to like pretty much every live show, she loved it. And I would finish a dance, I'd look into the audience, and there she is, just wide-eyed, just looking, going, oh my gosh. And you just see her just light up in this room. And I just thought, that was me. When I watched my sister do the show, I was a little kid just in awe of this whole experience. And then I got to take that experience. And now I'm watching her doing the same thing. And I'm like, season 50, she's in there. Like, she's going to be... I was
just going to say...
Like,
let's go 3 for 3. Let's go 3 for 3.
We need another Irwin on the floor.
Right?
Oh,
that would be so good.
Not even as like a contestant. She'd be one of the pros. She's the best dancer in the family. Oh my gosh.
Yes, Grace. Go ahead. Show them how it's done.
She's an icon.
Now, when Bindi was on here, she and I bonded over you and my brother-in-law, Travis, being Funkles.
Yes. Go the Funkle.
Uncle Trav is very much, he's on the same wavelength. He'll do anything to make them happy. He wants to flip them, play with them, get on the floor, play Barbies. He'll dance until they tell him to stop. It's all of it.
I love that.
What do you and Grace get up to together at the Australia Zoo? Because Bindi did tell us that some days it's just like, Uncle Robert's here, and then Grace is out the door. She doesn't see her for a while.
Oh yeah, we really run amok. Grace, she gets away with a lot with me. Like, she kind of, it's so funny because she'll come back and she'll be like, "Oh, can I have that chocolate?" And Bindi will be like, "Oh no, sweetheart, sorry, you've got to have your vegetables first." And she's like, "Yeah, well, Uncle Robert would let me." Like she really wields it. Like she gets away with everything. Oh yeah, I'm like, "Oh, you want to go for it? Yeah, let's do this, let's do that." This is my thing is, we'll go around when the zoo shuts at 5 p.m. There's no one there, and Grace and I have this little scooter, and we'll go around on our scooter, and I'll like pick her up, and we'll jump in with like the tortoises or the koalas or the wombats, and just run around and run amok. And it is just so much fun. Being a funkle is the greatest job on earth, honestly.
I was just saying yesterday, aunts, uncles, and grandparents have privilege. There's a reason that Grace knows that she can have the chocolate with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's aunt, uncle, grandparent privilege.
That is a real thing. And we wield it. Like, I love it. It is so
it's
good.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's okay. It is. Right?
Our third came over to me just yesterday with a cookie almost as big as her face. And I had to be like, aunt, uncle, grandparent privilege. I'm not going to take the cookie because aunt, uncle, grandparent privilege.
Exactly.
That's it.
I love that. That is so true. And it goes, it's funny. It goes the same, like in our world, it'll be different. It'll be like, "Oh, can I please, jump in with this, name an animal, absolutely anything." And then I've got to be like, "Okay, well, you can't play with that snake because it's venomous, but this one is really sweet and it's a python. So you can touch that one. That's okay." So it's funny to see her like learn the rules of like what you can and can't do in the zoo.
Yes.
It's really funny to watch. It's really cool.
Now, how old does Grace have to be to start feeding the crocodiles with Uncle Robert?
See, this is the problem.
This is where the rules kick in.
This is where the rules kick in. And I'm very much like, "Oh, she'll be fine." I was like, I started when I was 10 years old. So let's just start her at 10, And my sister's like, "No, she's got to wait till," and I'm like, "Come on." I started asking, when can I feed a crocodile when I was 2 years old. And I would watch my dad in there, and I would literally every single day be like, "Mom, when can I feed a croc? Mom. And I wore her down, because I got the age bracket down to 10 years old. She was like, "You have to be double digits before you can feed your first croc." And I was like, fine. And I remember my 10th birthday, the crocodile was Monty, beautiful big saltwater crocodile that my dad had for a very long time and rescued him. And I remember standing in front there, watching him coming out of the water, and I fed him, and there was like a crowd of people, and I just felt this sense of absolute, it just felt like an honor. It felt like, wow, I'm following in these footsteps of my family. And it just felt like this rite of passage, feeding my first crocodile. And so I'm excited for Grace to experience that, but she may be a little older than I was, She might have to wait a few more years. Bindi's very, she might be 12. Good. She might be 12. It'll probably be like a teenage thing.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have found themselves living inside a story far more unpredictable and dramatic than any of Taylor's chart-topping songs, or Travis's heart-stopping plays on the football field. Their union, once a fevered dream for pop culture aficionados, has become a living reality, and with reality comes the unruly storm of public curiosity. From the moment their engagement was announced, the world spun a little faster, paparazzi lenses focused a little sharper, and fans, those loyal and those skeptical, huddled around every social feed, waiting for the next big update. The fascination is not just about love. It's about watching two giants of their respective worlds try to dance together under the brightest, hottest lights imaginable. Yet, in this new act, a shadow has been cast that no one expected. Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs star tight end, has always been seen as a force of nature on the field, but off the field, he's shown a willingness to be vulnerable. In a recent episode of his podcast New Heights, which he hosts alongside his brother Jason, Travis peeled back the layers of his carefully curated public image and let listeners glimpse a raw, unguarded moment from his past. He confessed a mistake that threatened to undo everything he'd worked for, a suspension from his college football team after a failed drug test. The details are not new to die-hard sports fans, but for many in Taylor's orbit, It was a revelation, a blemish on otherwise heroic narrative. Travis described the pain of being sidelined, the emptiness of missing games, the sting of letting down teammates, and the daunting climb back to self-respect. Therapy, he explained, became his lifeline, teaching him not only about resilience but about the choices that define us when the world isn't watching. His honesty was met with both praise and a wave of fresh scrutiny. For Taylor Swift, whose public persona is a tapestry of empowerment, hope, and relentless self-improvement, the sudden resurgence of Travis's old struggles was more than a minor inconvenience. Sources close to the pop star revealed that she was shaken by the media's renewed interest in that chapter of Travis's life. She is fiercely proud of the man he's become, of the work he put in to rise above his past. But the idea that this narrative could overshadow their future left her feeling exposed. Taylor's career has always been about controlling the narrative, turning pain into poetry and heartbreak into anthems. Now, someone else's past threatened to become her storyline, and that loss of control is a feeling she spent years carefully avoiding. The scrutiny is relentless, and the timing could hardly be worse. Wedding planners dart in and out of hotels. Florists are sworn to secrecy, and dress designers know better than to breathe a word. Yet none of the secrecy can keep the outside world from speculating. Every public appearance is dissected. Taylor's glances, Travis's body language, the smallest gestures become the subject of endless debate on message boards and morning talk shows. The pressure is omnipresent, seeping into even the most intimate moments. On game days, Taylor is a fixture in the stands, her presence both a show of support and a lightning rod for attention. Cameras catch her reactions, cheering, laughing, and sometimes looking tense as Travis weathers rough patches on the field. The narrative shifts quickly. One week it's about their unshakable bond. The next is about whispered rumors of retirement and speculation that the grind of professional sports and relentless fame is taking a toll. Travis has not confirmed anything about his future, but the rumors swirl endlessly, stoked by every ambiguous comment and every less-than-stellar performance. The stakes feel impossibly high. For Travis, it's about legacy, about proving that he's more than his mistakes and more than just Taylor Swift's fiancé. For Taylor, it's about protecting the empire she's built while embracing the unpredictability of genuine love. Together, they are rewriting the rulebook on what it means to be a couple in the public eye, challenging the idea that celebrity relationships must be glossy and flawless. Their story is messier more human, and for that reason, even more compelling. Social media hums with theories, support, criticism, and above all, anticipation. Will they weather the storm and walk down the aisle with heads high? Or will the pressure prove too much even for these two icons? The only certainty is that the world will be watching, invested in every heartbreak, every triumph, every new twist. For now, the wedding plans continue. The games are played, and the cameras never blink. In this high-wire act of love and fame, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift remain the protagonists of a story that is still being written page by page, moment by moment, as the world waits breathlessly to see what happens next.